Welcome back to another video, guys. This is Tech FTM. My name is Daniel, and today I just wanted to talk about real quick the Microsoft Surface Duo. Just my opinion on it. It's released, people are starting to receive it, so I just want to give my 2 cents on the matter and kind of what I believe a lot of people are really missing about the Surface Duo. Quick info, on its specs and stuff. It's got 2 separate inner screens on a hinge. It's kind of cool looking, but kind of weird looking, kind of gimmicky maybe. Average battery size 3600 milliamp hours. The 2 screens might drain that faster, so that remains to be seen, so that we'll just keep an eye on that. 5.6 inch single screen with an 8.1 inch dual screen. Single 11 megapixel camera on the inside, that's critical. 4K video recording at 30 frames and 60 frames per second claimed. But Microsoft Teams and Skype, their built-in video conferencing, will only work at 30 FPS, 1080p. That's not that big a deal. They're really small screens. You're not really going to notice anything. Bluetooth 5.0, dual SIM, nano and eSIM. It's AT&T locked, though. Just in case you're wondering, it's AT&T locked, not supporting eSIM. That's just for the AT&T devices. They're not going to support the eSIM devices. Snapdragon 855, so last year's processor, optimized for the dual screens. USB-C port for fast charging and video output. 128 and 256 gigabytes of storage with 6 gigabytes of RAM. What else? No headphone jack, so that's kind of a bummer, but they have their workaround for that. Microsoft Office is built in, so that's kind of cool. The fingerprint sensor is on the power button, so that's kind of cool. Doesn't get in the way of anything, and starts at $1,400 US. That's pretty pricey. I kind of get it, kind of like the Samsung Fold is the first iteration. It's kind of like a test, but it is pretty pricey. And a lot of people are looking at the device and thinking, they hear smartphone and they think it's a phone. I don't think that's the right way to look at it. I think it's something completely different, and to consider it a phone kind of misses the big picture of what Microsoft is going for here. Why is it the wrong way to look at it like that? To me, it's built like a on-the-go productivity device, like a more advanced version of a little field notebook you would be carrying around to jot notes down in. It can obviously do way more. It's computerized, so it's computerized field notebook. It works with the Surface Pen Slim, a little flat one. You can write notes in it. You can do video conferencing, write up an email real quick. 2 screens at once, dual the productivity. That's kind of the idea. Why do I say it's like a notebook though? A little pocket notebook. There's no outer screen. That's number one. There's no outer screen. You can fold it back and it'll have an outer screen, but the device itself doesn't have an outer screen like the Fold does. It's 2 separate screens that fold together like a little book. It's kind of cool, but there's nothing, like literally nothing on the outside. The camera's not on the outside. No headphone jack. There's power button and the volume rockers, but there's no camera, no screen, no other defining feature on the outside except for the Windows logo. You have to physically open the device to talk on the phone. You have to fold it out and do the whole thing and hold it up to talk on the device. You can't just have pull it out of your pocket and open it. You have to pull it out of your pocket, open it, and it's kind of like an extra step in there. It's kind of weird, but that's why I think it's like a little notebook. Like I said, you can use the new Slim pen with it. Other pens work too. Other styluses work too. That's fine. But it's made to jot down notes. You see something real quick, and jot down a note real quick. And if you need to put a quick impromptu presentation together, plug it in, start up like Microsoft Slides or PowerPoint. Google Slides, and there you go. You can start going. The camera. It's a single camera, like I said, single lens on the inside of the device. Again, no outside camera on the device. It's not even that high end of a camera. The whole idea behind it is productivity. It's not about fancy features. It's not about trying to make the best looking image. No one's paying attention to you when you're speaking on Skype or Zoom or Microsoft Teams when you're at work and there's 50 other people on the screen. That's not the point. They're just trying to get it, built for that so that it works. The idea is just that it works. But again, no camera on the outside. It's only on the inside. has 4K recording, so that's kind of cool. It's not that high end of a camera, but it has 4K recording at 30 and 60 frames per second, so keep that in mind. And lastly, its purpose. Again, I don't think of it as a smartphone, because it's not. It's a pocket notebook. I mean, it's pocket size. You can throw it in your back pocket. Front pocket might be a little tough to fit, but you throw it in your back pocket, you're fine. You can do a lot of stuff with it. I mean, a lot of the updates that are coming, they work with the Surface Buds, and when they presented those, they had like, controlling PowerPoint or Excel and scrolling through and just using this. You can, show up to work without a whole computer and whole setup or whatever. You show up to work, or if you're impromptu outside, something, whatever, trying to show people something. You plug it in, throw it on the screen, got your Surface Buds, you can start talking, it'll record your voice, and start swiping through things and start talking and presenting. So, and it's got the rest of Microsoft Office suite built into it. You can have a little Excel sheet. You can be like checking something on Excel sheet, putting in your formulas and stuff, as well as checking all the facts on the internet, or with in an email, like trying to get all the information from an email from like a supervisor or something. Take that information, drop it right into Excel, right on the device. You don't have to like switch screens or anything. Just drag and drop right over. So that's really cool. That's why I don't think of it as a smartphone. It has phone features, which I think is handy because it would get really annoying carrying around, 6-point-something-inch smartphone, as well as this fat little pocketbook thing in your pocket. You throw it in your bag, maybe. I mean, it looks really good. It's thin, especially when they're folded out flat. It's thin. It's got the 2 screens. I saw something recently. You can play Google Stadia and Microsoft's xCloud on it at the same time on 2 separate screens. So there's a lot of functionality built into it. Would I suggest getting one? Probably not. Again, it's really expensive, $1,400. So that's crazy high. But the idea is not to sell it, sell a mass market device here, because there's no proof. It's a proof of concept. It's not the final form. I mean, look at the Samsung Fold versus the Fold 2. The Samsung Fold 2 iterated on all of the issues that Samsung had with the first Fold and made them all better. The outer screen's much larger. There's a little nub for the camera on the outside for a full screen experience. When you open it, it's a little hole punch camera on the inside for the full screen experience instead of that little weird indent at the top, which is fine. And they improved on the hinge mechanism for it. So that's kind of the idea. That's what I'm taking the Surface Duo as. It looks cool. If I could get my hands on one, maybe. Am I going to go out and buy one? No. Kind of summarize everything I just said. I think this product, the Surface Duo, that's why I don't call it the Surface Duo phone. It's attacking a whole new niche of products, of productivity products. Specifically, I think they could be really useful in the business or project management aspect, which would be really cool. So we'll have to remain to be seen for that. Like I said, what I recommended, and it's starting at $1,400, and that's starting. So that's base feature. Now, there's not much difference between the 2 iterations except the storage size. But would I recommend them both? No, at $1,400. But I think Microsoft's going for something much larger here, and they're attacking a whole new niche. So I think they're in a good position to capitalize on that, because as far as I can think of, I've never seen another product like it. You could argue the Fold or these foldable devices are coming in. And yeah, that's true, but they're foldable devices, but that's just one side of it. I don't really think of it as a new folding device, folding smartphone, because it's 2 separate screens. This is not a folding screen. It's just a hinge mechanism, like a little laptop. Honestly, to think about it, it's kind of odd no company has created, again, as far as I can think of it. I mean, if you guys think of anything else, or if know of another device that I'm not aware of, mention down below, because I haven't seen another product that's like a digital pocket computerized notebook, even if it wasn't even that powerful because of limited technology back in the day. There's just nothing that I've seen that's like a little digital notebook, like pocket notebook, not the Chromebook, pocket notebook PC things from a few years ago, and they were, you know, effective, but they serve their purpose. So there's no like pocket digitized field notebook. I mean, other than your smartphone, right? But it's kind of, maybe that's why there hasn't been one, because everyone just used their smartphone. But like I said, I think it's up to Microsoft to capitalize on that, because I think they could have something really cool here. You know, maybe iterate on it, maybe bring the price down, but from a project management or from a business aspect of it, I think it'd be a really efficient and effective device that would really help on-the-go productivity, especially in times like today where everyone's working, you know, away from the office. So anyway, that's it for my 2 cents on the Microsoft Surface Duo. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. If you're interested in more videos, I have more coming in the works. Hit the subscribe button down below. Peace out for the next one.